I thought about this a lot. In fact, over the last year, as many of you know, it's been a very interesting year for me. I've got to know my virtual twin, in particular, the virtual twin of my brain that's been a guide for me as I've been living through the last year. And so it gives me really great honor to be here and to represent not just the people who've been on stage, but the hundreds and thousands of people who've contributed to take us to this very moment. And I do believe we're at a junction point. We've heard it today, these experiences that we're able to share. I love that when Dr. Hoganson talked about what they're able to do is to take what they thought about before the surgery in their minds and take it into the OR so they could see it. My surgeon was actually quoted in the Washington Post, and he said, now that I could see what's going on in the OR, I can focus on my surgery. And what took me back, of course, was that he didn't actually see inside my head. What he saw was my virtual twin. But in his mind, he had the exact same experience. He could see it because the virtual twin gave him that experience. And that's what we do. We bring that to life. And so I think we're overseeing this transformation from what was a mystery to actually being demystified and changing the relationship we have with health. And very much about turning this into a global community. I'll share some of the numbers that I have here. One thing that I may have never actually shared, this is truly at the start of the Living Heart Project, was a little conversation that I had. This was sort of the gist of the conversation with Tom Battisti, who was running the partner program for the Symposium brand. I was leading the strategy at the time. And so I went to Tom and said, hey, I have this idea for a project to build an accurate full heart simulation, and I'd like you to lead it. Tom's response was, what? Are you crazy? First of all, it can't be done. And second of all, why me? I know nothing about the heart. My response was, well, it's not really about the heart. It's about connecting a global community of experts to work together, and really there's nobody better to lead that than you. And his response was, okay, I think you're crazy, but I'm in. And he spent the last 10 years of his career helping to bring this to reality. And Tom came out from his retirement here, so please, where's Tom? Are you still in the room here, Tom? Come on, there he is. All right, everybody, come on, give him a big round of applause. For that commitment, and notably, we talked about the in silico clinical trial, the enrichment project, and Tom was absolutely essential in driving that and one of the key voices in making it happen. So we're very lucky that we dragged him off the Cape and to join us here. So if you find him later, give him a big hug and thank him. In fact, come on, bring him up. Thank you, Claire. Come on, let's do this properly. I know you got you. Thank you, man. Thanks for everything. All right, so find him, buy him a drink, and see if we can get him to come out of retirement. We could really use him. All right, so as I've said and talked to. Yeah, you can stay, because this is really partly what you built, and that's why I showed this. And we talked about it, the idea that our ability to do what we've been able to do collectively, and we're only dipping our toe in the water, what we've seen here today, the hundreds of publications, the thousands of patients that have been touched, really is a result of the network that we've been able to create. And these are some of the numbers that in fact, I haven't really updated many of them from last year, so they're probably a little bit get you
this.
Well, we'll put you on the spot. I put together. There were over 850 people registered for this conference this week, which again, if you think about, we started with 10 or 15 of us with the idea. So now we're approaching 1,000, and hopefully, as Brandon pointed out, maybe we'll be at the level of 10 times that a decade from now. And again, this is the power. Here's some of the numbers. I represent 52 countries. So we heard Michael Hill talked about this being a global community or a global problem. One of the unique things about this community is we're all working together no matter where we are in the world. 52 countries are represented here, many of which are in the half or more have already represented and using the models in their country. The distribution is nearly half between people on site and in remote. And I will also say that thanks to the fact that we have this remote streaming, all of these sessions will be recorded or are being recorded and replayed later. So you have a chance to see anything you've missed. Here's a little breakdown by geography. Not surprising, about 50% coming from the US and representations across the different countries. You can see how many different countries. If we zoom in, if we take out the larger countries, it's a pretty wide representation. So these ideas are really making their way around the world. This is representation by type. So this year, interestingly, a little more than half come from industry, which if you date back, it was heavily weighted towards academia, I think at the beginning, because that's where this technology was. We're now seeing it translate, more interest coming from the industrial side. So we're seeing that translation happening now. And so we heard a little bit about this today, and this is a quote that I love to present because it's a wake-up call. It's a call to action for all of us, not to just accept the way things have been done. Kevin pointed out the medical device industry has a maybe 50% failure rate in terms of what they develop. No other industry could survive if half of the things that they produce didn't work. We need to improve that, and we need to do it a new way. And so with that, we made it through today's agenda. We start to look towards tomorrow. Maybe I'll just take this moment to have Tom share his thoughts, having sat through a day of reliving the world of the project. What are your impressions of the day?
It was wonderful today. It's, as I said when I rode off into the sunset, the Living Heart Project has been a labor of love for me since day one. It's been unbelievable. The journey's been fantastic. It is, 12 years later, it's still in its infancy. The potential is incredible. And that's one of the reasons I'm back here today, to see all the wonderful people I've had the pleasure of working with and to see this continue on and expand. So I thank all of you so much, and I couldn't have asked for a better career. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ken. Okay, so with that, draw today to a close.